Okay, so it seems like a very strong team right now. You mentioned also people with a lot of knowledge in blockchain domain. You mentioned before the tokenization. Could you maybe tell us a few words about this idea of tokenization? How do you understand it? How it was implemented in CC Fund?
Okay. So typically, when you have a startup and you would like to use the assets you already have, and we already had a base of clients, of customers from me doing 15 or 16 years business and information products. So I had 35,000 people of my own subscriber list that believed in me, that liked me, that read me for many years. And I wanted to use this to offer them shares in this company. So when you open up an investable type of company in Poland, how is this called, Paweł? Spółka akcyjna.
Well, stock company.
A stock company, right? So when you open a company with stock, and I would like to invite thousands of people into it, I can't. You can't do this type of public offering, right? You need to get listed on a public exchange, which is very, very costly. This is not affordable to a startup. So that's why startups typically start with a few angel investors, then go to venture capital, and later, after several rounds, go public. So blockchain changes all of this. Blockchain allows you to go public very fast with your project without VCs, without angel investors, without multiple rounds. And this is actually great because we could tap into the potential of our community we already had. And that's the route we have decided to go. Also, there are limits with stock companies. For example, in Poland, doing this small type of investment round, we could only generate like 100,000 euro a few years ago. And then it grew to, I think, 2 million euro. So it grew substantially, but still we have already generated more than 2 million euro. We are at more than $4 million. So these limits would actually kill our idea because this idea is too big for these limits. So we needed to create a different model. We needed a model where people can buy tokens in a decentralized company. And what a decentralized company is, it is a company in the cloud. You could call it a decentralized autonomous organization. So that's what we are currently building. You are not investing in the stock of the company, in the team that is building the platform. You are investing in the platform itself. So people who hold the tokens will essentially be able to vote on the platform and will be getting daily tokens from all the proceedings in the platform. And this is actually investable. The company building this is just a team of 30 people. That's all. But in the future, the decentralized organization will be open up to different teams all around the world that will be allowed to build the platform and get rewards by doing so. You can see that the platform itself is actually, well, it's what's investable. I think this is the future of investing. There will be more and more decentralized corporations like this.
Okay, so in short, the people can buy basically the tokens and then received something that is similar to dividends in the stock market. Is that right?
Yes. However, dividends are only sent out once per year and not only for some companies that decide to give dividends. And here you have a project that is saying we will be giving away 50% of the platform's profits automatically and daily, each and every day.
That's what we call payout on the stock market. So it's quite high, actually. 50% is reasonable, I believe, because you still have another 50% that stays within the company to grow.
Within the platform, not the company.
Within the platform, yeah.
So what's the other thing that token holders will be able to do? For example, if the platform's community will find out that the 50% profits is too big or too small to be shared in tokens, maybe people will vote for changing this ratio and to update the smart contracts governing the platform. I don't know. This is what we want to create. This is what we suggested. However, these types of parameters, how the community is rewarded, how the reputation system works, how these different processes of self-governance work, this will be votable. People may for example, create a new procedure. People may vote whether or not we should change something. So people will hold the power in the future in this platform.
Okay, we started to talk actually about potential investment in tokens. Can you tell us more about risks? What are the risks in this project?
So I think the biggest risk is how fast will we develop the platform, because we are here creating some new technologies that were never before used in social media, for example, this kind of decentralization. We are doing lots of research and development here and creating completely new technologies. So the biggest risks are how fast will we develop. Like I said, we have a strong IT team now, but these are still people. People get sick, for example, having COVID. People here are developing new technologies that were never before used in social media, such as decentralization to interplanetary file system, which was never before used in such a way. So we are doing lots of research and development, and this entails some risk. However, it also creates bigger value. And also, another risk is the virality factor, which I spoke before earlier, whether or not people will like the service. And of course, we will do everything possible so that they do like it, but this is still a risk. Other than that is the capital risk, because we need more than $4 million, obviously, for future development. And we are still working on getting other types of investors on board. So this is also one thing. And I think an investor needs to take this into account when investing in CC Fund. However, the upside is also very high. This was created like a very good startup from ground up. This was created so that it has a potential of 100x or even 1000x of your investment. So if you were an angel investor, you would probably invest, for example, in 100 startups, and maybe 2 of them, maybe 5 of them, maybe 10 of them would be successful. That's what angel investors are looking at. Here you have a very experienced team, so of course, I believe that 99% we will be successful, right? However, from the perspective of an angel investor, he needs to take into account most of the businesses will fail. However, these few businesses that will be successful will earn enough money to cover for the losses, right? And generate much bigger profit. It's similar here. I have specifically designed CC Fund business model and the tokenization that it may grow 100-fold or 1,000-fold for a prospective investor that will hold the coins, the tokens for 8, 7, or 10 years.
Okay, so we heard about risks. Let me ask you also about how CC Fund makes money actually. How do you want to make money to develop the project?
So we spoke before that CC Fund is a social medium allowing sharing of knowledge between people, which is actually the fastest way to generate users online. Social media is what propagates virally and what generates this market. So we are creating the community rather than market, the community. This is the fastest, the quickest way to build a community. And then we are experts in monetizing the community. That's what I've been doing for the past 16 years. And the way to monetize is to allowing content creators to build sales funnels with different types of online products, mostly online products. In the future, we also plan e-commerce capabilities like selling physical merchandising. However, we will start with knowledge products such as ebooks, online courses, webinars, closed groups, discussion groups, and so forth. Also allowing people to sell like tickets to live conferences and all of these types of products. There's no other platform online currently that would allow you to sell so many different types of knowledge products. For example, if you take Udemy, Udemy is just about online courses, nothing else. And you don't have a community building mechanism on Udemy. This is just sell your online courses, nothing else platform. And here you will first build your community, your tribe on CC Fund, and then you have an integration with information or knowledge products marketplace in the same place. So allowing people to create their sales funnels in the same place, that they are using to build their community will make the efficiency of sales much bigger than moving people around through different platforms. And CC Found will facilitate the transaction. People will be able to pay with dollars, euros, bitcoins, or anything they want. And our smart contracts will take the transaction, for example, dollars you paid for a course, they will take it to an exchange and automatically swap to found coins. So found coins will be the bloodstream of this marketplace. So, for example, you as an author will get back your commission in found coins. And you are actually enticed to keep these found coins because they generate tokens, like we said. Other people who are just token holders will generate a portion of the profits in tokens, like we said before. So generally 80% of the profits from product sales, or rather of the revenues, go to the product creator. However, the product creator can also make this commission lower. He may even resign from the commission to generate bigger reputation, to get badges, to brag to their community. For example, listen guys, I have resigned from my commission totally. I give back everything back to the community, right? So some people will even resign from their commission just to build their popularity. So we believe the real commission will be something about 25% on average, right? And this 25% is the platform's profit. 50% of this is the token, 40% goes to the decentralized organization treasury for future spending, for investments, so forth. And 10% of this profit gets burned. This is a very fun fact, because once you burn some of the found coins, what you essentially get is lower supply. And you know from supply demand, the lower the supply gets, the bigger the price gets, right? So that's also the way found coins will increase in value.
Okay, so you told us about current plan for a business model, but do you have any potential other plan B, plan C? Do you think that it could differ in different directions than currently projected?
What I am currently mostly focused on, as we are nearing the end of our campaign and our initial coin offering, I'm mostly focused on managing our treasury to make it work for us and generate bigger yield. And so financial stuff is one thing. Other than that, I'm also working on getting new investors after the ICO, I mean venture capital and so forth. And I'm working on the product. So I'm focused right now on creating what we have said we will create in the project explanation and the white paper and so forth. And we first need to test out how people will like that. We are working with beta testers right now, with our VIP users, asking them how do they like the interface, how will they use it, right? And if they understand everything. So it is still too soon to speak about pivots. I know pivots may be an essential part of a startup's life, but I hope they won't be needed for us. But if they will, we obviously will need to do this, right?
Okay, so I have invested in in CC Fund. I'm planning to invest a little bit more. But what do you tell to potential investor? Why would he want to invest in your company? What are the upsides?
So first of all, many people invest in CC Fund because they believe that it solves a very important problem of today's World Wide Web, the problem of information chaos, and the problem that it's hard to actually find useful knowledge online, with Google being full of trash SEO content, SEO copywriters writing irrelevant articles online, and it's very hard to find something applicable. So we are solving a real problem, and some people appreciate this, and they just invest in us because they believe this is really needed. And I hope we will find some people like that here. But if you are just speculating, this is also just a very good business model that, like I said before, it may earn 100-fold of your investment, maybe even 1,000-fold, if you keep this for about 10 years or I would say from 5 to 10 years. That's where the sweet spot is. So other than that, if you have more than $100,000 to invest in this company, I would suggest contacting us individually, because this is where an OTC trade may come in place, and this is negotiable. So you can become an angel investor for us. And also, we will probably just have 3 more investment rounds in the ICO process. So I hope you get on board quickly, because the sooner you get, the more bonuses you earn. We also give away some bonuses to our investors. I don't want to speak about this right now, but once you register, you will receive information about this.
Okay, so when is the last investment round?
So we are closing the rounds in April. I think one of the last weekends of April.
Okay, I believe you are finishing 26th of April.
Yeah. 21st to 25th or 26th. Yeah.
So we don't actually have that much time. And then what happens? So we are planning to enter the exchange. What exchange, and when it's going to happen? Is it going to happen in May?
Actually, I will have a few surprises here for our community, and there will be a community vote. And this is still in the making, so I don't want yet to speak about this, if we may.
Okay, great. But I understand that that's the plan, yeah? That's the plan, going to the exchange. Then after...
We are managing some changes in tokenomics right now to allow bigger investors on board, so that the project itself will get funded and will have a bigger potential, right? But in order to do this, we need to make some changes in how the current deal is structured, and there will be a community vote on this. And there is a possibility that the exchange listing will be a few months later.
Okay, so I have to finish. I have a question from our community, which is actually quite vast. This community of investors as well. So the question is: do you think that Elon Musk should invest in CC Fund, or will he invest in CC Fund?
I think he should, as a very innovative entrepreneur. And as an entrepreneur who really values knowledge and who has built his companies on knowledge. He was reading actual books about rocket science and so forth to understand the industry he is getting into, right? So he values knowledge, and he is hiring the best engineers from industries he works in because he values knowledge. He's doing lots of R&D because he values knowledge. So what else could he invest in, right? CC Found is the perfect company for him, and very closely aligned with his values, I think. And I believe he should get to know us. And once he did, he would probably invest a great amount of money into this business model.
Okay, sounds great. So thank you very much, Piotr, for the explanation, how it works, for your words about this interesting investment. I would like also to mention that below this video you are going to find much more information, including the numbers, including white papers. So you can basically click the link below this video and find out much more about the project. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Paweł. Thank you guys for listening to me. Cheers.
Thank you. Cheers. Bye-bye.